Hello and welcome to another Fresh Off the Stalls, or I should say Drunk Off the Stalls. I've been told I'm actually quite good at this when I've had a few to drink, so why not? And I'm having a few to drink tonight because I've been out to see something that's about West Wales, and I've been celebrating and following it up in a very West Wales manner, getting a bit pissed. I don't think I do videos on the platform of Blackfriars Station enough. I think it's beautiful. Take a look. Isn't that a lovely view? Especially for that moment you didn't get me. I'll just get on with it. First of all, I'm going to say that I am going to have a bit of bias about my thoughts on this show because a bit of history. I am actually from West Wales originally. You probably noticed now that my accent's coming a bit more because I've been drinking and I've been surrounded by Welshies for the most part of the evening, which makes it. I initially thought that would be difficult to sort of have an opinion about this because obviously a lot of the stuff that's being portrayed through the show is going to chime with me in a very specific, almost nuanced manner that most people wouldn't. About the sort of the mindset, the culture, the idiosyncrasies that come with sort of West Wales culture. It's all there. It's all very much within the show, and there is like, do other people who aren't from West Wales, are they going to relate to that in a way? I think that's the biggest thing. But to me, I can't really offer an objective look at that. What I can say is that from my point of view, from me sitting in the audience tonight, the rest of the audience did find something that they could relate to. They really fed into the show as well as gotten something out of the show. And I think the reason for this is because behind the very specific references, behind the very sort of nuanced look at culture, what is portrayed through context and through emotion and through truth and honesty by Bhavik James Jones, who wrote the piece and performs the piece, is actually what everyone can relate to. Everyone's going to take something very different away from this show. That's one thing. I took something that's very, very personal, being someone who grew up in West Wales, who then had to leave that strong sense of belonging for that particular part of the country behind and move on to do something that I felt was like I needed to do, something like was my choice, I don't want to say destiny, that sounds so hideously cliched, which is pretty much what Bhavik's show is about and about her tale. So that's me, but there is a real emotion that feeds into that. There are parts where I almost cried, there's parts I absolutely laughed, parts I laughed at bits which I was the only person that laughed at in the audience, so that was odd. And apologies to anyone sitting around me thinking like, what the hell is he laughing about? But that's what I think is so great about the show. This show is pretty much about the very sort of essence of storytelling, very much about that sort of the essence of the sort of tradition of bardism, is that even a word? Of being a bard, very much that tradition of Welsh storytelling that's there. It's the whole production is a bit rough around the edges. I could really pick out. I think any critic could really pick out a lot of stuff that's not brilliant, not polished. I think is actually probably more the word about this. But overall, it's a real essence of storytelling, a real essence of theatre here. Bhavik James Jones has a great story. She wants to tell it. She has found a means and a passion and an inspiration to tell that, and that's what she and the rest of the team she works with have brought to this, and that's what is conveyed entirely throughout the show. And that's what I commend. It's a great evening, regardless of what you do and you do not take away from it. One thing I would certainly say, and this is one thing I actually asked the cast and Bhavik afterwards as well, like how much dramaturgy they've had to it, because like it's very slick, and there has been some with the director they got on board, which is Jesse James. That's not right. Jesse, I got the thing here. Jesse Britton. They've come along, and so through directing they've offered some dramaturgy and sort of piloting and coercion. That's probably not the word I want to use right now, but I've had like 4 pints of the pace and everything, and it works wonders. It's very slick. Even though the concept is just like, hi, I'm Buffett, I've cobbled together a load of people to tell a story. But I'm going to have to go because I'm quite concerned that my train's going to leave without me, and it is literally the last train home. So a very short fresh for stalls, and I think it's fine because I honestly don't think I can say much more apart from going into a deeper analysis, what I will in my written review. It's a piece of pure theatre. It's a great piece of storytelling. There's a wonderful passion behind it. There's a wonderful inspiration. See it. Even if you're not from West Wales, even if you're like, I don't know anything about West Wales, apart from possibly that really hideous stereotype that everyone shags sheep. Ha ha ha, yeah, we shag sheep. La 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 la, there you go. Let's get out there, we're Welsh. We don't care. And this is a show about, it's more about belonging, it's more about a story, it's more about a person. And I'm going to shut up. I need to get home and sober up. But thank you very much, Buzog. Thank you very much to the entire team, Jesse Britton, Max, I can't remember the last name, who I've spoken to at length because apparently at some point in lives we've played in the same orchestra. Serendipitously. I'm going to shush. I'm going to get my train, I'm going to go home, and I'm going to get to sleep, and I shall write up the full review soon. Thank you very much. It's a brilliant play. I can't stress it enough, and I think I'm hopefully going to make a better job of it when I put it down to, I say pen on paper, I think fingers to keyboards. Okay, other than that, bendigedig, da iawn, diolch yn fawr. That's all I've got to say. Ta-ra.